Yo, what up? It's your man, it's your boy, 410 Josh. We back in the building, HH4123, fresh off the Throwback Thursday. I appreciate everybody's feedback and the interaction we had yesterday. I got a lot of good feedback. Got a couple inboxes, and we chopped it up a little bit, so I appreciate the love. Make sure if you haven't done, subscribe to my YouTube channel, 410 Josh, HH_4123. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. And as always, if you want to interact, hit me on the inbox. So we here today with our Friday releases and our Friday reviews. So we got some albums that we're going to review, and we got some new singles that dropped from some amazing and legendary artists that we're going to get into. So let's hop right into it. First album review that we're going to look at is Sheek Louch from the Louch. Gorilla Wing 5 dropped today. It's a pretty dope project. Sheek has always been that, underrated one in the Louch because, Kiss and Styles has just always been like the fan favorites, and they got so many hits. I mean, the Louch as a collective got so many hits and so many classics, but I think that Sheek has kind of, I want to say almost been in the shadow, even though people know he get busy lyrically. I think that because Kiss and Styles are such the fan favorites, he tends to get overlooked. But this is a pretty dope project. 8 tracks, no features. He got some, real bangers on here, like Body Rock was the first joint. He got a song, Time to Be Alive. So Sick, News 12. This is the 5th installment of his Gorilla Wing series, commemorating the Halloween, holiday coming up, and him being a gorilla on this music tip. So I would suggest everybody check that out. Sheek Louch from the Louch. One thing I always liked about Sheek is that even though he's kind of been in that shadow, he's always maintained, who he is as an artist. He never tried to step outside the box and do something that wasn't him to get, more notoriety. He just stayed in his lane, played his position, and, almost 30 years later, he's still doing him and still dropping heat. So check out Gorilla Wing 5. I think y'all really enjoy that one. Next one, we got a collaboration album by 2 artists I really enjoy, Joel Ortiz and King Crooked, new album called Prosper. One thing that we, as fans of Slaughterhouse, which was Joel Ortiz, King Crooked, Royce 5'9", and Joe Budden, and one thing you always know you're going to get with any of those artists, but especially with Crooked and Joel, is you're going to get lyricism. And this album, Prosper, is, again, lyricism at its height. It's a really fire album for the lyricism. 10 tracks. The production, I'm not gonna lie, the production is cool. It's a little different from the Fall of Slaughterhouse project, the last one they did, and Hard Housing Authority District. The production is different from them 2 projects, but the lyricism is still up there. So I would suggest y'all check it out. Standout tracks, The Tale of Two Cities, produced by Hassami. He's done some, production for Joel. So that's a pretty standout track. War Outside, that's probably my favorite song on there. Prosper, the title track album. Wife Her Sniper, that's a cool track. Black Tie Affair, that's another hard one. If you're a fan of Slaughterhouse, if you're a fan of lyricism, this is definitely a project for you. So check out Joel Ortiz and Crooked Prosper album. Another album that dropped today, which was really surprising to me because I haven't heard him in a while, was Ace Hood. He dropped a new album. It's called body. Build or destroy yourself is the acronym. Ace Hood has always been, I've always liked Ace Hood. I just felt like he was always in the wrong situation for his music to be released. Even though, yeah, he's under Khaled and Khaled is a major player in this business, I just feel like what Ace Hood was trying to do didn't fit in the mold in which Khaled was doing. You know, he might have been on those hit records and he might have did those, you know, big name features, but it just seemed like once he did that, his music kind of fell by the wayside, which I really didn't understand because, like I said, Khaled's a major player, so maybe he should have had a bigger push, but I don't know. But his new album, Build or Destroy You, is fire. Got some notable features on there. Got Rotimi, he's got Jack Boy, and he's got another one of my new favorite artists, Mills. That track is called Uncomfortable Truth. It's definitely fire. Another, if you really like lyricism, you really into street rap, I think you really enjoy that. Desire is a pretty dope one. Energy is a great record. So yeah, Ace Hood, I'm surprised to see that, but I'm glad that he dropped it because we hadn't heard from him for a while, and he's definitely somebody that, you should be checking out. Another album that dropped, was another surprising track from a group that I do like, and I have not heard in a while, Nappy Roots. I don't, if y'all remember the early 2000s, they had a major hit single, Po Folks, and All Nah. They dropped a new album called Nappy for Life. Great project. It's great because they still got their sound that they came in the game with, and they still making that quality, Southern hip hop music, that, kind of shakes off that, the stereotypes about, they just twanging and not saying nothing. They really got something to say in the music. They got some real bangers on there. We got the hit single Hands of Time with Sean Rose. I really like that. I really like that track. Rise and Grind with Backbone. I was like, man, like Backbone? I ain't heard him since the Dungeon Family, early time. So this is another surprising moment. So I really, I did enjoy this project. It's something that, you still got to sit with because it's new, but it's like, okay, yeah, they've been gone for a minute and they, did their sound, but now they came back with their sound and they still sound, like who they are. So that's definitely a project y'all should check out. Let's see, we got some more albums and some more projects. So I'm going to give y'all a couple singles that dropped that I think everybody is going to enjoy. First, we got Ross and Meek Mill. They dropped a new joint called Lyrical Easy. So Ross and Meek actually have a collab album coming out. They did drop a single, Shaq and Kobe, that was fire, and then followed up with this one. And I'm like, okay, I like the direction this is going in, for Ross and Meek, because I think when they collab, they bring the best out of each other. They're not trying to, overdo each other. They're just coming on the track, giving y'all heat, giving y'all a hit record with bars. And I think y'all gonna like that, Another one of my favorite artists of today that dropped a new single, Conway the Machine, new song called Brick by Brick featuring 1-2. I mean, just I don't want to say classic, but just, that organic Griselda sound, that 90s vibe, that raw hardcore hip hop, that soulful street music. I mean, it's Conway the Machine. I don't know really what else I can say to you about him. I mean, he's just constantly delivered. All of Griselda's really delivered, but Conway has body after body of work, just constantly delivered. I have not been disappointed with a single Conway project. I can honestly say that. Another legendary artist, another one of my favorites, dropped a new song. AZ dropped a new one. This Is Why, featuring one of my all-time favorite producers, produced by Buck Wild. The one thing I love about AZ, from the day he stepped in the game, and you hear his sound, he's got one of them distinctive voices. And 20, almost 30 plus years later, he sounds as exact the same way as if he came out 2 years ago. You know, he's always grabbing, our legends and putting them on, Buck Wild. I mean, geez, Buck Wild is the legendary producer. I mean, he's produced from Biggie, Jay-Z, Nas, Boot Camp Click, The Louch, 50, the list just goes on. Got classic joints, but this joint is definitely a banger. So if you're an AZ fan, 90s hip hop fan, that's the song for you. Another banger, we gotta acknowledge the queen of hip hop soul, none other than the legendary Mary J. Blige. So I had to throw Mary in here. She's the queen of hip hop soul. She dropped a new banger with Vado, called Still Believe in Love. I really like Vado. I think he's very underrated. And this joint with Mary just proves like he just needs one massive hit. I mean, he's got a slew of hits that's just undeniable, but you could tell listening to him, like he's one hit away from really being in that spotlight to give him that notoriety. Mary J, she looked as good as ever. She sounds amazing. The whole song, it's fire. So, I would definitely check that out, because you got Aunt Mary and you got Vado. It's just made to happen. Then I would go, let's see, we got another joint here. Let me see. Oh, another surprising record that I didn't expect. Wale. He dropped a new song called Max Julian, paying tribute to the late and great the Mac Goldie. That record was really, really fire. The video concept was dope. He's dressed like Goldie. It was a really good record. We hadn't heard from Wale in a minute. He's really been out the spotlight and not really been saying much, or, I would say doing much on the scene. He probably doing a lot behind the scenes, but I really like the record. Wale is another one of those artists that he just gets overlooked. And I think though he came out at the right time, I just think the playing field was so serious. He came out doing Kendrick, Cole, Drake, Cudi, Big Sean, Danny Brown, Odd Future, ASAP Rocky. You had all these, Big Crit, Joey Badass. You had all of these, up and coming, hungry new spitters that was just coming up. And Wale is definitely one of them spitters that was coming up. But I think it's just sometimes, unfortunately, one just slips through the crack, and but I think Wale definitely is one of the more prominent lyricists, and the fact that he's still able to be here and put out records, even though he gets overlooked a lot, I think that speaks a lot to his testament in being in the game. The last record I'm gonna give, I know people give him a lot of flack because as a new artist for his melodic tone, but NBA Youngboy, he dropped a new song called Deep Down. I know we all give him flack. We don't like him. He sings too much, but I do like Youngboy. I'm not gonna lie. I like what he does for music. I don't compare him to like the lyricists because he's more of in that melodic rap world, but he's, talk that gangster shit. Like, so the records, is a very, lamented record, what you would expect from Youngboy. So if you're a fan of Youngboy and you like that, that paid music with melody, that's definitely something that you should check out. So, we did pretty good. We got, got some albums, got some real bangers, and tracks. So, honestly, with all of these, I recommend you check all of these artists out and their albums and their songs. So, right now I'm going to get on live and see who's on here. So, yeah. We got Lynette back in the building. Appreciate you being here. My guy Giannis, appreciate you for coming through, bro. Thanks, Lynette. Yeah, definitely love the shirt. And just off rip, Ice Cube is one of my top 10 favorite artists, and he has one of my top 10 favorite albums, Death Certificate. So, I had to throw this on, especially for the Friday hip hop. Who else? Crystal in the building. Thanks, Crystal, for tuning in. Appreciate it. So, I want to get y'all opinion. Like, what y'all think of these? What do y'all think of these artists? What do y'all think of their music? I want to get y'all opinion on, who we reviewed and what we reviewed. So, just tell me what you think of the artists. If you are a fan of them, if you're not a fan of them, or are you going to check it out? So, let's do that. Yeah. Oh, real quick, while I'm doing this, I need everybody to go check out my man Carlos Buford. He dropped a new song called Jordan's Heart. It was with his daughter, Black Louch. He up and coming artist from Baltimore. I'm letting everybody know when you come on here, if y'all want me to post your music, you want me to, put you on the channel, I absolutely will. I really believe one hand washes the other. As I'm coming up, I want to help somebody else come up. So if y'all got new music or new artists, I don't have really any requirements. I'm just going to be honest with you. You send me the music, I am going to review it. I'm going to give my opinion to you, and then I'm going to give my opinion to the public. So if anybody that knows somebody that got new music or a new song, or you want me to create or curate a playlist to put it together so you can get out there and, we can create, content for the fans, we can do that. So I just want that to be out there. Check out Black Louch, Jordan's Heart. Okay, so, all right, doesn't look like it's too much activity, so I think I'm going to check out. So I appreciate y'all coming through again for the Friday releases and reviews. So, I'm going to be back Monday with our hot topics. So always remember, like, share, subscribe, comment to HH4123, 410 Josh. Happy Friday to y'all. I will see y'all on Monday. 1.